don't have time this weekend, you're going to be on the jet, but if you get a chance to do an apple crisp, if you've got cooked up apples, which you do, spiced and cooked, and then there's a little bit of gel there, that's some minute tapioca. If your apples are too juicy, your crisp top won't stay crisp. So that's just sprinkled in there to help take up the excess juice and gel it. But those are ready to go. Our topping is like a cup and a quarter. I got to come back over here. Quick cook oats. The 1 minute oats. Don't get the old-fashioned oats. They won't get done. And cup and a quarter of that. About a half cup of brown sugar. You see that lump in there. I like the dark brown sugar. And then third of a cup of just all-purpose flour. Pinch of salt. And either some cinnamon, like half teaspoon, 3/4 teaspoon, or allspice is good, or you can combo up with some ginger maybe, nutmeg, whatever you like goes in there. And then when you've got that, take your fork. I'm going to have to stop and do this, but you just mash it all together. For that much topping, you want about 6 tablespoons of margarine melted, or butter and margarine. I got about 2.5 tablespoons of butter that I melted first because it takes longer, and about 3.5 of good margarine. I had to use tub. If you got stick like Imperial, Blue Bonnet, and not the light, because that's got too much water and it will separate and not make a good topping. So you want to look for a good brand. Imperial's good, Blue Bonnet's good, not the light stuff. I'm going to hold there and add it together. For more, when you do melt your margarine or your butter and then margarine combo, about 6 tablespoons total for a cup and a quarter of oats, and the proportions we're talking. You want to put a bag over it or some cellophane saran wrap, dock it with a fork so it can vent. That way it won't spatter all over the microwave when it pops. Go 20 seconds at a time, give it a little shake, and go another 20 till it's melted. Don't zap it a lot at once. We'll get back with you. Okay, now we got our butter and margarine melted, or just almost. There might be a little soft lump in there. We got our oatmeal, flour, brown sugar, spices, salt, all stirred up. You want to mix them together, but you're looking for something crumbly. So you don't add all the butter at once. Leave a little back, like I did there. And you can adjust then as you mix. I'm doing this one-handed. Sucks. Terrible video. I'm going to get back to you. We'll edit together. You just want to keep kind of mashing together until you get something crumbly, and turn it over, and where you've got dry white flour, drizzle a little more butter as needed till you get something that kind of clings together but crumbles. And I think we're about there. So that's the thing, you want to have enough butter melted that you don't run out and have to melt more. butter, margarine blend, but you're wanting something that kind of clings but kind of crumbles. That's it. So good. Alright then, best way to do this is just by hand. Just spread it kind of spread it across, distribute it around. Make sure you're covering as many apples as you can, because if you don't have enough topping and you got apples poking out like there, they'll get hard in the oven from the dry. So just pat it out, keep coming back, stir it a little more, look for your bare spots and fill in. A little right there. Little right there, filling in. You can pat it out, just kind of cover, crumble top. And you can see we came out just about right for a 9x9 pan. 9x12, 9x13, you'd want a bigger batch, but just bump your proportions up. Next step, want to take a fork and just dock that a little so some of that juice off the apples can vent as it bakes. Now I didn't do here, but what would be good in that, if you wanted, chop up some walnut chunks. Chop them fairly fine, mix a handful of that in, and maybe a handful of shelled sunflower seeds too. Make a real granola out of it. Anyway, now this goes to top shelf in about a 350-degree oven, and half hour, 35 minutes, since the apples are already cooked, stovetop, cooked canned apples, it'll be done. That's it, kid. Talk to you later. Bye. In quick. Just pulled that out of the oven. I think you can see it's still bubbling there. Looks pretty good. And the best part, it should be smell-o-vision. The whole kitchen smells like cinnamon apples. You can do that yourself now. Anyway, we're on a wire rack to cool. I would give it 45 minutes up to an hour. Let those juices kind of soak back into the apple slices. A lot of it cooked out in the heat there, but it will migrate back in if you give it some time. Give the topping time to really crisp. So good. Scoop of that. You can always warm it back up in the microwave. A little ice cream, a little caramel drizzle on top. We'll show you that. No secret there. Hershey's ready to go caramel syrup. Caramel. Anyway, that's so good. I might have a whiskey to celebrate. Probably would anyway, but the apple crisp gives me an excuse. Talk to you later. Once more briefly, Evie. We've got it cooled and chopping in with an ice cream spade. I was going to say, if you do what I didn't and put in the walnuts and the sunflower seeds, might be tempted to throw raisins in too. Don't do it, because the juice from the apples will start to rehydrate them, and in about a day they'll be gray mush lumps in there. What you want to do is wait till you scoop it out and throw a half dozen or a dozen raisins in. And for breakfast, if you don't want to go ice cream, go at least whole milk over it, or better yet, half and half, or better still, Devonshire cream, clotted cream, Cornish cream, sometimes it's called. It's heavy cream, but it's not whipped to pie topping. It's just whisked slowly until it clumps up, and then they pour the whey off. So good. And I know you're probably worried about milk fat, but you don't need to every day. Enjoy some apple crisp. When it's apple season, make it up in January or March or when damn ever. Talk to you later. Bye.